This clip is to go over briefly how to create and schedule assignments in Google Classroom. I am looking at one of my Google Classrooms right now. I am on the stream, which is the timeline of items that you have shared with your class. In order to create an assignment, you will go to the Classwork tab and then choose Create. You have many options under the Create button. One of my favorite options is the Reuse Post, which is excellent if you've already created an assignment for another section and you want to just copy it to this class. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to start with just creating a basic assignment. This assignment has to have a title. I'm going to call this April 22nd PD because that's what I'm creating this video for. And here is where I would create the instructions for the assignment. Click below to open the HyperDoc for today's PD. There is a link in the doc to join our Google Meet at 8 o'clock a.m. Can't wait to see you all. Now, I want to add to my assignment a document from my Google Drive. So I'm going to click the Add button with the paperclip, and then I'm going to choose Google Drive. Now, this will give me a dialog box that shows everything that I have on Google Drive. And the Recent tab is great because if you've already been working on something, then it will show right there that you've been working on it recently, and you can click on it and add it. Now, at the moment, the only thing that my students can do with this file is open it and look at it and click on any links that I have placed in it for them. Similar to placing an anchor chart in your classroom. It's not something that they can edit. It's not something that is theirs to keep. It's just a visual aid, basically, or an instructional material, which is fine. That's actually really useful for certain things that you'll do. In a separate video, I will go into how to distribute files in different ways to maximize the way that your students can use them. Now, on the left side, or sorry, this is the right side. On the right side, I have several options. I can choose which of the sections of my class I wish to assign this for, and I can click these little radio boxes over here to assign it to as many classes as I want. I think there is a limit, like you can, I think maybe 21 might be the maximum that you can assign classes for, but most people don't have that many classes. I can also choose, I'm not going to click this box because that's going to show some of my students' first and last names. I can also choose to assign it only to a portion of my students, which might be useful if you have strategy groups or other small groups that you're doing assignments for. I can choose whether I want this to be worth 100 points or another number of points, or if I want it to be ungraded, and I can assign a due date and time for the assignment to be turned in. I can also put it under a topic, and this is especially useful to be able to organize work so that your students can see, and you can create topics here in the view so that you can organize as you go along. You can also add a rubric, which is not something, honestly, that I have done very much of. Perhaps somebody else in our PD would be able to speak to that or at another time. And now, when I have made everything for my assignment that I want, I have the option to click the Assign button or to schedule it. So if I were, for example, sitting here on Friday creating something that I want to be distributed to my students on Monday, then I would have the option of clicking Schedule and then saying that I want this assignment to go live next Monday at 8 a.m. or at 7 a.m. And of course, if you have a due date on your assignment, then it has to be scheduled before the due date so that they get it, obviously, before they have to turn it in. After you've done that, chosen your scheduling, you will hit the Schedule button, and then your assignment will be in your queue ready to go up when you have chosen for it to do so.